Good evening, CCA Academy, and welcome to the video for the week of April 27th. All right, I apologize about getting this out so late. I've had a bit of personal stuff I'm dealing with, but I'm getting it out at least before Friday. So the assignment for this week is you're going to be looking at I Gave You Power by Nas. Now, I'm not going to read the entire poem. Two reasons. One, it's twice as long as the other poems we've done. And two, there's language in there that I don't use. So, but I am going to have you guys look at two parts. Now, what I did here is I kind of separated out. Okay, so that's not the one I want. This right here is one of the stanzas, and this is another one. Okay, just so we're clear. The one on the left, I've seen some cold nights, some bloody days. They grab and me spray bullets spray. That one, that's one of the first verses. The how you like me now, I go blow. That it's that shit that moves crowds, make you never ghetto file. That is the chorus of this song. So I am a big fan of this. I think it does an excellent job of personification. Now, just so we're clear on this word, I'm going to give you guys the definition right up over here. Personification, the use, the giving human qualities to non-human things. All right, so that's our basic definition. I'm going to put this right over here. Get me out of the way. And one of the big things about personification is it looks at, especially with this piece, it extends it out and goes deep into it, gives it a lot of different things. And this isn't even like I said, half the poem. There's a later verse that I think does a much better job with it too, but I think this is a good place for us to start. There's a lot of metaphors, a lot of great imagery within this, so it's important for us to look at. So this is a poem with personification. This is a poem with some great imagery. It's your sense language to create an image within the reader's mind. Okay. And a big thing about what we'll be looking for is the theme, central message of the piece. What is the author trying to achieve? All right, so we got three definitions of what we're looking at here. So again, our goal is to go to the assignment. What is the goal of the poem? What language does the author use to create theme or purpose? Those are our two big things we're looking at. So I'm going to copy those questions right here. What's the goal of the poem? And what language, apologize, I'll make sure, does the author use to create the theme of the poem? So those are the two questions we're asking. We got some definitions up here as well to help us figure out what's going on. We got what we're trying to accomplish. And I'm just going to be focusing on these first two sections to help get to your task is to finish the poem. I do expect to see notes and some references to later things within it, especially because the later sections kind of change up what they're focusing on here. So the real answer for the theme of the poem, the goal, comes later. This is to help you start. So I'm going to read both of these. We're going to break it down a little bit, and then I'll pass you to the assignment. So this is an excerpt from Nas, I Gave You Power. I seen some cold nights and bloody days. They grab me and me bullets spray. They use me wrong, so I sing this song Till this day, my body is cold steel for real. I was made to kill, that's why they kept me concealed. Under car seats, they sneak me in clubs, spin in hands of mad thugs. They feed me when they load me with mad slugs. 17 precisely, one in the head. They call me Desert Ego, semi-auto with lead. I'm 7 inches, 4 pounds, been through so many towns. Ohio to Little Rock to Carnegie, living harshly, beat up and battered. They pull me out as I watch us scatter, making me kill. But what I feel and never mattered. When I'm empty, I'm quiet, finding myself fiending to be fired. A broken safety, please place me in the shelf under bed so I beg for my next owner to be thoroughbred, keep me full with hollow heads. How do you like me now? I go, blow. It's that shit that moves crowds, making every ghetto foul. I might have took your first child, scarred you for life, crippled your style. I gave you power, I made you buck wild. So, a couple things about what we're be looking at here. Now, let me get, I want to use red. Okay, I'm going to use red here just because it's kind of a bit easier to see. So, two things that really are important. I gave you power. All right, we're going to start there. Pull the notes out over here. So, okay, the first thing, we have this quote, I gave you power. All right, please refer to the poem for the actual line of that. I don't have that here, line, ... I don't know. But anyways, so the reason why I'm pulling this out is because it tells us two things. One, who is I? And who is you? All right. These two questions about who's being referred here, I and you, are important to the theme of this entire piece. What's going on here? Okay. We also kind of want to know, furthermore, what is the power that's being given? Okay. All right. So, because power is a weird word, there's a lot of different definitions and ways we can see it. So, how is shown in the poem? Okay. If you can answer that, you're starting to get onto what the central theme of this piece is. Okay. All right. And because, as always, it goes with a lot of this stuff, it's also right or wrong, good or bad. So there's some questions to start going here. Now, back to some images. Okay. Cold nights, bloody days. All right. So cold nights got some, again, some strong sense language in here. I was made to kill. That's why they keep me concealed under car seats. They sneak me in clubs, spin hands of mad thugs. They feed me when they load me with mad slugs. Okay. Some very specific details about this one gun. All right. Because if we haven't figured it out, I apologize. Let's just start that right off the bat before we begin. Personification of a gun. Okay. Specifically a Desert Eagle. I made the assumption that you might have picked that out. I apologize. I shouldn't do that for you guys. So we got a personification of that. So who is the I? Who is the you? Okay, think about that. All right. So going back, as we read, we can think about, okay, so what are these human qualities? That'll be our next note here. Can we determine anything from here? Well, the first one, okay. Very first line, I see. Can a gun actually see? All right. No, it's an inanimate object, right? Okay. And talks about my body as if it owns it, as if it can refer to it directly. So that's kind of more onto that. We talk about later on, I watch. Okay. I might have took child scarred. Okay, this implies kind of active nature of it, that the gun is actively doing that, but it's the actual person pulling the trigger who's using it. So that's where we see that difference. All right, so these are some. These are some of the things you're looking at. All right, so it comes down to the question: why do this? The code attempting to tell the reader. All right, and to me, if we could break this down into two parts, I'm gonna go back to here. All right. Apologize. You could break this down to a couple parts, okay? So first part right here. Second part, we get some details about the what it is, what it looks like, okay? Then kind of where it's been, okay? We kind of get then also then finally its purpose, what it's used for. So I wonder, can I get, all right. Intro. What it is. In. Part of my poor drawings here. Okay, so these are some ways we can start breaking it down. So again, why give it these qualities? Why treat it like a person? Okay, so it comes down to the question of, go back over here, get the right time. Is unique about the person? What things, how do they differ? How are they different from an animal or thing? Right? By answering this question, you start to say, well, people have choice. Does the gun have a choice? Who makes the choice? Okay. So we can still dig even deeper, start looking at more details and everything, but I think this is a good solid beginning. So you got a little bit of notes here. Again, nothing too much. Things to start thinking about it as you read the rest of the poem. Okay. Some other stuff to start thinking about as well right here. I'm trying to decide if I want. So one last bit, we'll take a look at the chorus. Now, text, blue, blue. And what's important here is kind of, so the chorus is a repeated portion. Repeated portion in a poem or song. So in looking at this, all right, we have to ask ourselves, we'll go back to here. All right. Our chorus portion. All right. What is why is this statement about the gun important? What do we learn from here? Okay, what do we as the reader take away from this section? Okay, so what does this tell you about the guns? I go blow, it's that shit that moves crowds, making every ghetto foul. I might have took your first child, scarred your life, crippled your style. I gave you power, I made you buck wild. Okay, so go back to this portion. Two things. Think about, again, what is that power? Okay, but also think about who is actually doing the action. What does, so who actually took the first child? Who scarred someone else's life? Who crippled somebody else? Who made ghettos, moves crowds? Okay, so think about that. Who's actually doing that? Who is Buck Wild? Okay, so that's the share. That's the rest of this. Let me go back to, okay, so as you can see, a bit longer. In my personal opinion, I only showed you lines 11 through 35, but I think if you take a look at from 36 to the end, when I apologize, I said chorus, but that's actually doesn't show up again. So hold on, let me go back. I'm thinking of something else. This actually doesn't repeat, but you know, we're gonna leave it as the chorus because we get the title right through there. So I'm gonna leave it as that. That's fine. So again, these last two stanzas from 36 to 51 and then 52 through 78, both of these things really start to dig into what the main purpose of this is. So your task, all right, 5 details. So 5 lines from this poem, all right? I don't want to see anything from here to here, okay? 5 new details, stuff that I didn't pick out. The stuff I gave you on this is meant to help you understand kind of what's going on, what to look for and everything. So some questions to think about, all right? Specifically these questions. Why give a gun these qualities? What is unique about a person? People of choice, things like that. So think about what's going on, what the purpose of this poem is. Go back. All right, there's a lot of stuff that happens between here all the way down to here. Okay, think about it. Give me some details, give me some analysis, all right? This document will be uploaded along with the poem, okay? You gotta save it right now. All right, and it will be uploaded along with the video to the folder, so please take care of this, all right? So I have removed due dates, but understand that this is one of the assignments that I will need from you. And please, please, please know that if you're going to analyze this, do not copy it from the internet. It's really easy for me to figure that out, okay? Use your own words. I'm looking for 5 references from the poem, 5 details. Use the proper format, quote, context, quote, explanation. All right, so it's at least 5 sentences. I'll be counting this time. Been lax for the first couple. We're gonna start getting more specific. So you guys have a wonderful night. Take care. And I look forward to your responses.